Hi, I'm Comrade Vladimir, and this is Double Plus Real News. Breaking news, all white people are racist. Maybe a lot of my comrades knew that already, but it's news to me. Now the Coca-Cola Corporation is training their white people to be less white. Let's see how that works.
Well, first it says, breaking, Coca-Cola is forcing employees to complete online training telling them to try to be less white. So she says, to be less white is to be less oppressive, be less arrogant, be less certain, be less defensive, be less ignorant, be more humble, listen, believe, break with apathy, break with white solidarity. Okay, let's look at the next one. In the US and other Western nations, white people are socialized to feel that they are inherently superior because they are white. Research shows by age 3 to 4, children understand it's better to be white. Wow. So this is the type of stuff that CRT basically teaches. Imagine things along this nature being in elementary schools, because that's what we're starting to see right now.
Well, that sure makes a lot of sense. Okay, so I tried some ways to be less white. Namaste. Well, not bad, but that's sort of multicultural anyway. But, yo, homeboy, what's up? Well, that sounds a little fake. So maybe this one sounds double plus real.
Can I get you something?
Your mofo butter laying me to the bone, jacking me up. Tight me.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Cuddy say can't hang.
Oh, stewardess, I speak jive.
Oh, good.
He said that he's in great pain and he wants to know if you can help him.
All right, would you tell him to just relax and I'll be back as soon as I can with some medicine.
Just hang loose, blood. She's gonna catch up on the rebound on the med side.
What it is, Big Mama? My mama raised no dummies. I duck her rap.
Cut me some slack, Jack.
Say Cuddy can say be doing everything.
Chump don't want to help, Chump don't get the
Say
help.
can't hang, say 7-Up.
Jack.
So I tried a few more things to be less white, and my comrades said to keep trying, and I did. I'll come up with a few more things, but namaste, senor. So all you white people out there, all you white comrades, keep trying and maybe you'll get it. And that's our news. Double plus good.
Well, I was cast because I'd been June Cleaver. I'm sure that was the humor of the whole thing, that I talk jive. And I was sent the script, and I thought it was the craziest script I'd ever read. My husband said, I think it's funny. Well, my part wasn't written, really. It just said that I talk jive. So I went to see the producers, and I said I would do it. I met the two black fellas that taught me jive, and they're the ones that wrote the jive talk. And we went to lunch and we discussed this whole thing. Do you know there's even a book out about jive? They haven't figured out. I was put in contact with a girl that worked at Paramount who knew all about jive. They've never figured out if it was the slave days that they didn't want Whitey to know what they were talking about, or whether it's street talk. She couldn't tell me. Anyway, I did research on that little part. But these fellows were wonderful, and they taught me. And then when I got to the set to do it, they could understand it. The director could understand it. He didn't want to understand it. So I had to redo it. And that made me a little nervous. Talk about relaxation. That made me a little nervous because I hadn't worked in a long time. But it all turned out fine, and they were great, these fellows. And they could rattle jive off like you have no idea. I could never get a clue as to how it was done. Like Pig Latin, you know, you can figure that one out. Couldn't figure out jive. It wasn't hard for me to learn. I don't know why. It wasn't hard. You know, hanging your blood, and blood don't want no help, blood don't get no help. It just wasn't hard. Maybe they were good teachers. I went to New York to be on the Today Show because of that role. All kinds of things happened for me because of that role. So, and there were people that talked to me as much about that as they ever did about Leave It to Beaver. I got fan mail. This crazy, my nephew, great nephew, he's sitting in the movies and he sees me and he suddenly screams out, Aunt Barbara! And he always tells that story. He didn't know I was in it. But no, it was remarkable. It started my whole career again.